And we're back to the Auburn segment of Titan Tigers, the winning segment. The best in Auburn, Alabama basketball is Auburn. We belt to, that is us. So, now, we got a lot of things to work on because we cannot seem to shoot free throws to save our life. And that's going to come really big into play later in the season, especially in the SEC Championship, when lots of players foul out just about the last 3 games of the tournament every game. So we're going to have to step that up. We've got a game against Arkansas tonight. I don't see Arkansas being that much of a problem for us, obviously, but this is a game for us to work on everything that we're struggling with. We can shoot threes on them all day, probably. So if we get a good lead from that, then we can just focus on that inside game. Let them foul us, get us to that line, and make free throws. We need to be aiming for those free points every single time. They're called free points for a reason. You're supposed to make it. So let's go, guys. Y'all are about to be pros. We need that. The odds tonight, 92.2% on Matchup Predictor. Whoo-wee. Yeah, Auburn's going to do just fine. But what we really need to look forward to is Auburn's matchup. Do we not have a game Saturday? Yeah, we do. Georgia. Yes. So that game against Georgia. Yes, Georgia has let everybody down all season, but they are still a team who can upset you and embarrass you. We need to be ready for that. We need to have the best game we can in the past 3 weeks going into the coming up games for the rest of this SEC play. Auburn is, let's see. Auburn's gauntlet ahead of them is Arkansas, Georgia, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Texas A&M, Alabama to end it. Texas A&M and Alabama both top 10 teams still. Probably moved down to top 5. Alabama's 4, Texas at 7, Texas A&M's at 7. But right now is the only 2 remaining unranked SEC teams that we get to play coming in right here this week, tonight, and Saturday. So we need 2 major wins to keep us just coasting at number 1 here. We're number 1 out of 8 SEC teams in the top 10. That's insane. Let's think about that. And see you next week. Titan Tigers.